And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg. This season just getting going still. How quickly, Greg, can teams gel together and become one?
It really depends on the makeup of your team. How many new guys are on the roster? The style of play. Do the new additions have any previous chemistry with some of your players?
Now the starting group for the visitors. Prophet is out there with Carter. And there's Jackson. And there's Foster. And it's Freeman in at the 4. And Carter has it in the corner. Pushing it up. The finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Foster passes to the Prophet. Carter on the wing. From downtown. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Back to Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Gotta have some guts and guile to take it to the bucket strong despite the big fella standing in the way.
Here's the Prophet. Carter outside. And the 3 ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Jackson comes over with the double. Inside. Stolen by Carter. Puts it up. Tries again. And the layup by Jackson.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's Johnson. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's the Prophet. Sinks the triple.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they've performed, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an open.
Kessler wide open. He fires. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And the shot goes in.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Pass to Foster. Stolen by Kessler. Rebounded by Jackson.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Here's the Prophet. Takes a 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Defensive mix-up for sure right there. Somehow, he was left open.
Gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Freeman. Here's the Prophet. Clock at 4. From the arc. Drills the 3-pointer. The Prophet's got...
And from 3-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff season.
So both teams making some changes here. These teams were last season's best pass. Both teams will make substitutions. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Drills it from outside.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
We've got Foster. Prophet is out there with Carter. And there's Jackson, and it's Baker in at the 3.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Foster, that's good.
Yeah, after a nothing first quarter, he's bounced back nice.
To the inside. Carter for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
3 points.
Carter's got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Jackson misses. Gone 4 of 7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. Picked him clean. Now Foster. 8 points his last outing.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
Substitution on the court.
He drops it in from the low post. He has 6. So it's the visitors now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier to start a 3-game homestand with that game. Pass to Chaney. Here's the Prophet. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's the Prophet. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor. Hitting on all cylinders. And it's Carter missing. And there's the drive. Here's Sosa, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so we wrap up the first half. They're up by 9. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half. And let's do something we never, ever, ever do, and that's go off topic.
What topic?
So we don't have a topic, Shaq?
Isn't that a topic? Being off topic?
Well, that was more no topic than off topic, but That's all the time we have for this topic, thankfully. And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for the visiting team.
This is a shooting clinic. And if I'm their coach, I'm not changing one thing.
Yeah, when a team is this in sync, they make it look easy, just like us in the studio.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at the prophet in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
From deep. No good that time. Foster's gone 3 for 8 tonight from the field. We've got Foster. Carter out there with the prophet. And there's Jackson. And it's Freeman in at the 4. Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach, and I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
Carter outside. This one for 3. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Pass to Foster. Nailed from three-point land. Foster's got 9 points.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And that one drops.
You know, he's been fairly productive, but it's going to take more, either from him or somebody else.
Carter for 3. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Pass to Kessler. And a miss there on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The shot's good from Carter. Carter's got 12 points in just the second half.
And how about the last 5 made? Shots have all been threes. The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Nikola Jokic is a family man through and through. He said, quote, "Basketball is not the main thing in my life and probably never will be. And to be honest, I like it because I have something more at home, something that's more important than basketball." Kevin, back to you.
Some good perspective. Thanks so much, Allie, for the report.
Well, if he can somehow get into a rhythm offensively, I think they could stretch this lead.
Gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Gone a lackluster 3 of 9. From the field since halftime. Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
Johnson up top, always going up for the alley-oop here. Second half here, we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's the Prophet. He's got 11. And it's Carter missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the wing right side. Oh, good with the triple. Gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. And they're running. Launches a three. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. That three off the mark. And 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Count that one. Gaines has got 4 points this quarter.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
To the middle. Banked in off the glass.
One of his specialties on display there. A nifty lead pass.
Fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean,
Johnson, and he banks the layup in.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's the Prophet. Whoops, they pick off the pass. We've got Carter. He's out there with the Prophet. Foster is out there with Jackson. And it's Freeman in at the four-man position.
I like the fact he had his head up immediately looking to make the dish down the floor. Get rid of it quickly.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
It's been like this all night for both teams, the offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter. And the three misses. Gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch.
And he chose the conservative finish with the nice, easy layup, which was a good decision.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
And not sure they got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Here's the Prophet. And there's the three.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
For three. Let's lose a three. That's off. Here's Jackson. Here's the Prophet. Trying again. And down goes the layup.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
He gets it to go. Here's Carter. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Jacks up a three. Buries the deep ball.
Number 13.
Puts up the three. It's in. And so the road team gets the W in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about wraps it up. So for Allie LaForce and my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, the Prophet.